Hey guys, it's Courtney with Leviathan Snakes, and today we're going to be talking about shipping out your ball pythons. If it's something that you're new to, something you've never done before, or you're just curious on the process of how we ship live animals, this could be a really interesting video for you. So if you would like to learn how we ship our ball pythons, go ahead and stick around for the video. When you're shipping live animals, specifically reptiles, there are supplies that you're going to need to have. First thing that we recommend, or that you absolutely need, is a insulated shipping box. You're not going to be able to use something like an Amazon box that was left over from your last delivery. You're going to want a specific box made for shipping an animal. These boxes are sturdy. They have insulation, like styrofoam insulation inside of them. They are specifically meant for shipping animals. They, depending on which company you purchase from, they may already have the Lacey-Act label printed on the box. If they do not have the Lacey-Act label printed on the box, you can get this label from, you can download it, print it out, and tape it to the side of your box. We get ours, I think they're Reptile Basics brands, and I believe we buy them from the Ship Your Reptiles site. You can also get them from Reptiles Express, and I believe Reptiles to You. Just, go online and look for Reptile shipping supplies. They will come with the box, the insulation, and depending on what other packages they are selling, they might also come with something like a snake bag. When it comes to sizes, we usually keep two different sizes here on hand. We like to have the 12 by 9 by 6 as well as the 8 by 8 by 7. And again, we use the same brand for our boxes. The 12 by 9 by 6 is perfect if we're going to ship something like 2 hatchlings or 1 small adult. And the 8 by 8 by 7 is good for 1 hatchling at a time. We only use snake bags in the 8 by 8 by 7, but in the 12 by 9 by 6, we are able to put 2 deli cups or 1 deli cup, depending on the size of the animal that we're shipping. We very rarely ship, or have never shipped, actual adult breeder size snakes, so these size boxes work for us. If you are shipping something like boas, retics, or adult breeders, you're probably going to want a larger size. The 8 by 7 will be good if you are shipping hognoses, corn snakes, smaller snakes, or hatchling ball pythons. There are smaller sizes. I believe there's like 7 by 7 by 6. Or 7 by 7 by 7. It just depends on the size of animal that you're looking for. I kind of like having a slightly bigger box because I feel like it makes it more noticeable on the truck. I don't know if that means anything, that's just how I feel. The next supplies that I'm going to talk about are deli cups and snake bags. We keep deli cups for hatchlings, and again, sometimes we'll ship them out in those 12 by 9 by 6 boxes. The deli cups are great for smaller snakes. I get a little nervous putting larger snakes in deli cups just because I have seen them, pop the lid off of when you've had really large snakes put into a deli cup. We've never had that issue with subadults or hatchlings, and even still, we always tape the sides down. The deli cups that we purchase already have air holes in them, and we always put a folded paper towel in here, as well as a wet paper towel in there as well, just to give the snake a little bit of moisture while they are traveling. One thing that we like to do is soak our snakes for a couple minutes before putting them into the snake bag or into the deli cup. This way they can go ahead and get a nice long drink of water. They can make sure they're extra hydrated before we put them in the snake bag or deli cup overnight. They're going to have several hours before they get another chance to take a drink, and even though we put a damp paper towel in that enclosure with them, we like for them to have the opportunity to get a nice drink before they make their trip. We also do not feed them at least a week before shipping, so that there's no chance for regurgitation and hopefully less chance for leaving a smelly surprise in the bag for our customers. For our snake bags, our hatchlings go in 8 by 12 bags. They are fairly small, and again, we put small damp paper towels in the bag with them when they are traveling. We have larger size snake bags as well. We have very large bags. We have pillowcase size bags that I accidentally ordered like 100 of, even though we never sell snakes this large, and they are 16 by 28. And then our subadults or maybe larger hatchlings can go in these 12 by 16 size snake bags. So we keep these different size snake bags on hand for shipping and also for reptile shows or just transporting our animals. Some other supplies that you're going to need will be tape, scissors, and some kind of paper or material to keep your snakes secure while they are in their box. We also keep heating packs on hand. We use these Uni-Heat packs that are specifically designed for animal, like shipping animals, reptiles, bugs, aquatics. When you use these, you just open it, you shake it, you put it taped to the top insulation piece of your shipping box. We use these very sparingly. We live in South Carolina, so it is very hot here and it can be pretty warm even in the winter. It might be 70 degrees here and 50 degree, high of 70 here, a high of 50 there, and they're technically in the range of being able to use a heat pack. If something were to happen and that package stayed here in the Augusta area overnight and it had a 100-degree heat pack in there, that would be too hot for the animal and we wouldn't want that to happen. So we really only use the heat packs when the temperature at our home, at the hub, and at the destination are going to be under 50 degrees high during the day. You can also use cool packs if you are in a hot climate and you are shipping to a hot climate. We don't have any on hand, but they are something that you soak in water and you freeze overnight, and then you also place in the shipping box with the animal. So once you have all your supplies and you're ready to ship your snake, the first thing that you're going to do is build your box. You collapse the bottom and go ahead and tape that, and then you insert your insulation. Depending on if you have a rectangular or a cubic shaped box, you're going to put your large piece of insulation down on the bottom, and then you either have 4 of the same size pieces of insulation or 2 more pairs of the same size insulation. You just slide it in with a little gap where you can easily fit in the next piece of insulation. Once the bottom and all 4 sides are covered, you can start putting in your nesting. We like to use tissue paper. We have this pretty light and dark purple that we put inside. We kind of mix it up, and this just keeps the snake, the ball python, secure. It doesn't let them get jostled around or bump too much depending on how it's being transported. So we put our insulation in and leave a little space for the snake bag. We always poke holes in the sides of our boxes, and we do this before we put the snake in the box. That way we make sure that the hole goes all the way through and cannot harm any animal that is inside the box. We put at least 1 hole on each side of our box. Once your snake is securely in the box, you can put a little more nesting on top, just to, again, to make sure that they're in there safely. And you can put the lid on your insulation. Once the lid to the insulation is on, we can put something like stickers, a hatch card, or a little note to our customer. Really whatever you want can go on top right here. It's not a lot of space, but it can fit a piece of paper. You're gonna want to close up the top of the box and go ahead and tape it down. We are very generous with the amount of tape that we use. I like to have all edges very securely taped down, just no chance at all that the animal can get out of this box. Once this is taped down, we would print out our shipping label and tape it to the top as well. We use Ship Your Reptiles or Redline Shipping to print our shipping labels. If you ship often enough, you can absolutely make your own FedEx account. But for us, we ship fairly rarely, and we like having the insurance and the live arrival guarantee that those sites provide to us. Once your snake is in their box and ready to go, you can drop them off at FedEx. We prefer waiting till about 45 minutes to an hour before they close. Our local FedEx closes at 6 o'clock, so I like to get there between 5 and 5:15 just to ensure that they make it onto the truck, that I'm not getting there right as they're closing their door, but also not leaving them on the truck all day long. So I like to hit that little window of drop off, and then you can use your tracking number to watch your snake make its way to the destination. It can be really nerve-wracking if it's something that you've never done before, so being able to track is really nice. But we've only ever had one instance where a snake was delayed by a day, and that was very stressful, but the snakes, it was 2 in 1 box. Both snakes, they were totally fine when they arrived, and that was That was not the best experience to have had just because we were so nervous about it. But again, the animals were okay and nothing bad happened. If you're shipping to a FedEx hub, it should be available at the hub the next day around noon, maybe even 10 a.m., depending on if you are shipping within the same time zone. If you have any questions at all about how we ship or any parameters that we specifically use when shipping, such as times of year, times of the week that we choose to ship, feel free to leave those questions in the comments. If you have any tips or if you have specific things you like to do when shipping your animals, again, feel free to leave it in the comments. We love to share information like that, and we love to make sure we're all following best practice. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment to let Steven know what a good job I did, and we will see you guys next time. I need the positive feedback because I don't understand how his audio thingy works, and I recorded this entire video without any audio the first time.